All right, let's practice some together. I'm going to go a little bit slow so that you can follow along with all the steps. First thing you need to do is make a square that looks like a window. So it has two boxes on top, two boxes on bottom. Make sure that you draw this big enough that you can fit the equations and the answers inside of it without them being all smushed up, because making the silly mistake of not being able to read your own work is a silly reason to not get an answer correct. All right, now that you have that drawn, let's go ahead and let's start off with our equation. We have 94 times 85. We are going to take 94 and break it apart into expanded form. The 9 is worth 90 and the 4 is worth 4. We're going to put each one of those on top of one of the boxes because that's its place value of where it's going to go. We're going to do the same thing with the 85. The 8 is worth 80 and the 5 is worth 5. And we're going to put those along the sides, making sure that we write 1 for each box. Then we know area is length times width, and this is the area model. So we're going to trace with our fingers, and we're going to take our numbers down and over. I always like to start off with the top one, that way I don't get confused. So let's start off with our 90. 90 will go down and down. Our 4 will go down and down. Then we're going to do our 85 on the side. So I always like to start off with the top ones, that way I don't get all my numbers mixed up because it's very easy to do that with this. So now let's start at our 80 and let's trace our fingers across of which boxes it should go in. Perfect. Now we have to do that for our last one for our 5. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to trace with our fingers which boxes it should go into. And we're just going to go straight across. And then we know we are going to multiply. Sometimes I like to write my multiplication as I go or after I write the first number. That way I don't get my numbers jumbled up where one number ends, another one starts. But you figure out what works best for you. So let's start in our first box. We have 90 times 80. So remember, ignore the zeros at first. 9 times 8 is 72. And then we need to add 2 more zeros on, giving us 7,200. Next, let's go on to our next box. So we have 4 times 80. Ignore your 0. 8 times 4 is 32. Then we add our 0 back on, moving it up a place value. Then let's go on down to 90 times 5. 9 times 5 is 45. And then add on your 0. And then our last box, 4 times 5 is 20. Now that we have all of those partial answers or pieces of our answer, what do we need to do with those purple numbers? Yes, let's add them together. I like to start off with my numbers that have the biggest place values first. That way it just keeps it a little more organized. So I will take my 7,200 on over. Then I will take 320 over. Then I will take 450. Then I will take 20. Now remember, with addition, it doesn't matter what order you put the numbers in, you'll get the same answer. I just like to organize it this way because I feel like if I took my 20 and put it down here, I would have a harder time seeing where my place values are. So I like to do it this way. So let's go ahead and let's start adding. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 7 plus nothing is 7. giving you your grand total of 7,990. I like to circle my answer so then it's very clear to whoever is looking at this or correcting it that that is the answer that they are looking for.